Bealtine. The great wheel of the year keeps turning. Starting with Samhain, October 31st, this was the beginning of the year for our ancient ancestors. Simply because the earth was still warm from the summer, and they sowed their crops in the dark, warm womb of Mother Earth. All life begins in the dark, before it merges into the light. So from Samhain until winter solstice, 21st of December, the shortest day in the year, this was a period of waiting, of darkness, going inwards, quiet reflection. A time of gestation and incubation. Then from winter solstice, the days are getting longer again, and from here until Imbolc, February the 1st, was a period of inner growth and strengthening. With Imbolc, Mother Nature begins to push those first spring flowerings up through the soil, and soon we see the snowdrops appear, the first sign of spring. Then comes the spring equinox, 21st of March, a turning point. The day and night time hours are equal. Equal darkness, equal light. And from here on, the daylight hours increase and the nighttime hours decrease. And so that constantly turning great wheel of life now comes to Bealtine, a time of great flowering, with abundant new life and growth everywhere, and celebrated with a great fire festival on May the 1st to the 5th in the Northern Hemisphere, and November 1st to 5th in the Southern Hemisphere. The first day of summer, and the fire festival in praise and celebration of the sun, the giver of life, for winning the battle over the darkness of winter and restoring the light. The word itself, Bealtine, means mouth of fire. Bealtine is opposite Samhain on the Great Wheel, and the second most important festival after Samhain. But while Samhain brings us into darkness, Bealtine brings us out of darkness and into the brighter days. And while Samhain is associated with the ancestors and the world of spirits, Bealtine is now associated with the material world and its fertility. In the ever-connected wheel of the year, there can be no Bealtine without Samhain, no summer without winter. Because, remember, out of the darkness comes the light. The great universal law. All life begins in darkness. Bealtine, a time for new beginnings, with a fire festival of fertility. Hearth fires were extinguished and rekindled from the sacred fire. 2 fires would be lit, one male and one female, through which the animals would be driven to be purified and blessed before they were put out to the summer pastures. A fire ceremony common to indigenous peoples across the world, evidence yet of our common ancestors and our common origins. And across the country, traditionally, at the time of Bealtine, people travelled all over the country to certain places that were associated with Bealtine, such as the Paps in Kerry and Ushnick right in the middle of the country, hence known as the Navel of Ireland. Bealtine, a time of great feasting and celebration, exactly 9 months away from Imbolc, the time when people of childbearing age would choose a partner for a year and a day in the ancient ceremony of hand fasting. And for our ancient ancestors, the goddess associated with all this important festival was the great earth goddess, the keeper of the land, Maeve. A chieftain in ancient Ireland was chosen for his wisdom, kindness and fairness to the people. And as the story goes, on the eve of Bealtine, the chieftain lay with the priestess of Maeve in Rath Maeve at Tara, and from their union came the fertility of the land and of the people. All symbolic of the king making love to and establishing and uniting himself with the land. It is said that Maeve's resting place is under a huge cairn at the summit of Knocknara in County Sligo, and that she is buried there standing upright in her armour. Maeve teaches us to live our life with passion. When we awaken to our passion, whatever that passion may be, we awaken to the pulsating energy and vibration of life. Bealtine is about awakening to our passion and embracing it. Bealtine is representative of the flowering of the young woman, just as the flowers and trees are flowering, the flowering of ourselves. And in our flowering we find our power. The power to let our talents flourish and grow. Maeve was a forceful personality, and one to whom the things of this earth were very important. She had passion for life in all its aspects, and she carries forward the message that we have a right to pleasure and to live our life to the full, not just being a bystander, watching others live theirs. And when we are living life to the full, holding back on nothing, we are truly alive. And therein lies our power. It is through the legends associated with Maeve that we see the importance and power of women in ancient society. They were equal to men in every respect, and in many cases superior. They could own property and wealth, even wage war, and be the driving force behind any adventure or enterprise. Bealtine fully represented union with one another, as in the union of the chieftain and the land, and also union within each one of us, in a balance of our feminine and masculine. So at this time of Bealtine, we ask ourselves, what aspects of myself, what talents have I got, what gifts, what passions or projects have I got that I am willing to bring into the world of form at this time?